Feel the wrath of Shao Kahn.
With the most recent patch that dropped Ermac and includes crossplay for King of the Hill, MK1 has had more people playing the game recently. However, I feel like this is just a temporary fix. I ran across a video from Ultra Chen with a very interesting idea.
We're going to talk about a feature that I feel like every fighting game needs to add to their game. I think that this is pertinent, and I think that this would improve online experiences a lot, and that is group ranked.
Group ranked sounds like it could be a mess if implemented incorrectly, but I am interested, so let's listen more.
It's exactly as it sounds, which is basically you can play ranked online, but you do it in a group. And this is really important because what happens is this creates camaraderie. This creates the ability for people to give advice. Not only that, but it also makes it so that you watch more matches. So how does this work?
I was a huge fan of crew battles in Super Smash Bros. Melee. I believe it's called Squad Strike in Ultimate. Basically, a team of players fight a series of 1v1 matches against each other. The winner moves on to the next player of the opposing team, but retains all of his damage. The last team standing wins the match. I always felt something like this would be really cool in games like Mortal Kombat. Perhaps if you lose a round but win the match, you fight the next person of the opposing team, but they only have to beat you one more round to be eliminated since you've already lost a round in the previous game. I think something like this would be really fun.
Says, hey, your friend is online, and then you go and ping him and say, hey, do you want to do a grouped rank? And so all of a sudden the player will be like, okay, let's do group rank. And what happens is if he accepts that, you join his ranked session, and you can do this up to 4 people, maybe like 4 or 5. We'll figure out, we can adjust what the max is. But afterwards, what happens is that all of the players in the group then take turns playing ranked, one at a time.
It seems like his idea is each player of the team plays a full ranked set while everyone else just watches. It's an interesting idea, but I feel doing it this way would make the sessions really, really long and perhaps prevent people from playing because of that.
And they all can talk to each other in, the in-game microphone, or they can set up a Discord. But the important thing is the other players end up watching, and they can give advice during the match.
The idea of watching while talking to teammates during ranked would be amazingly fun, and I'm surprised no franchise has done this already.
On top of that, if the player wins their match, everybody gets points. Even the people watching. Now, the people watching don't get a lot of points. They'll get, let's say you win 150 points for winning a ranked match, they'll get 15 points, whatever. But the thing is, if you watch 3 matches in a row, you'll get 45 points. And then when it comes to your turn and you play, if you play your whole match all the way through, you take all 45 points.
I like this idea, but I feel it would take way too long for players to get to their turn to play. Instead, I love if teams are no more than 3 people and each teammate plays 1 game of the set. What I mean is, a game is best 2 out of 3 rounds, right? So 1 player from each team plays a game. Then the next game, the second person of each team plays each other. If there's a tie, the third player of each team will play each other to determine who wins the set. Then all players of the team gain or lose points together. Team ranked would need to have their own separate ranking system as well, and I would specify a rank with that particular team. So for example, if you, Bob, and Jack have 1 rank, that would be separate from your rank with you, Jill, and Matt.
And John the Armachan says, I really like this idea. It's hard to learn alone. That is absolutely why I want to do this, is because it is so hard to learn fighting games by yourself. If you create a group rank where these 4 people max or 5 people max just sit there and they take turns playing, and they're just chatting with each other and having a great time. What is one of the most addicting things about a competitive game like Fortnite or League of Legends or Call of Duty is that you're playing with your friends and you're all just sitting there talking and having a good time. You know, and it becomes a social thing. And now you're enjoying yourself. And not only that, but when you lose to someone and you want to rage with other people around, you rage less, maybe not, depending on who you are.
He's absolutely correct. Making ranked more social, I believe, would have players want to play more and ultimately make the game a lot more fun. Back in the Xbox 360 days, I loved playing Gears of War and Left 4 Dead over and over and over again on the same maps, not because they were providing any patches with new content, but because of the crew I was playing with, and I would constantly want to get together with these same people to play these games over and over again.
I mean, obviously you can do this manually with Discord and Reddit, but building it into the game so that you watch them and you're forced to watch and you get a reward for watching and you're rewarded for encouraging them and giving them advice and helping them get stronger. That's the whole point of it. I want to get this idea out there. Please share this as much as possible. Tweet about it. Tell people that this is a great idea and we need fighting games to start doing this. I really think that, you know, we need to turn fighting games into a social genre again, because that's what it is. We were not meant to sit there and play ranked for 5 hours straight, just looking at numbers going up and down and getting tilted. Like, that's not how we were meant to play fighting games. Let's make it social. Let's make it so that it's about playing with friends and stuff. And let's bring back that joyous aspect of the fighting game. So
I couldn't agree more. Fighting games really need something like this. And if you want to see the full video from Ultra Chen, the link is going to be in the description. Figure Fandom Review says, "Nice conversation, Fitz. It's nice to listen to gamers talk about their interests." Thank you so much. That's the feel I'm really going for on this channel. A lot of players are shy to talk while being recorded or to even be on camera, but I am going to continue looking for people to play with and to record matches with. Scotty Combat said, "Towards the end of the video, when it's just your commentary and the background panels moving, it relaxed me. The motion and combination of your chill voice works well. If you ever share MK lore in this format, or MK ASMR, I know, call me crazy, I think it would be amazing. Great video and edits." Thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I don't know about MK ASMR. Not sure how one could do something like that. Not that I'm opposed to it, I just don't know what it would look like. But I am toying with the idea of covering MKX, the comic series, in which case I would be using this format a lot. If the MKX comics is something that you'd like to see, or other Mortal Kombat lore, let me know in the comments below and give me your suggestions as well. Lastly, I never thought that I would have this conversation actually be out there. Thank you so much for having me on, and to the future of our talks and sparring sessions. Absolutely, and thank you so much for being on. I'm really looking forward to playing more games with you. You can
Acknowledge me
by hitting the like button. You can join the
millions
and hundreds of shinfitz subscribers by hitting the subscribe button. If you're into fighting game content, there's going to be a video on screen now that you can click on. But most importantly than all of that, don't get beat up out there.